It's 1 o'clock. So yesterday, at the end of the video, you seen Detour, and her husband Phil and her dog Oscar showed up. They live in New Hampshire, about 6 hours away. Detour and I through hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2019, and I met her right before Bland, Virginia, which I think is mile 580, 590, something like that. And then me, her, and tech support. I was already hiking with tech support. She joined us right outside of Daleville, Virginia, which is like mile 720 or something. So she hiked with us the rest of the way through the trail. And I've seen her a couple times since then. Well, they've been watching the videos, so thanks for watching. And they stopped by and spent the night. I had a great time, had a fire last night. And we took the side-by-side out today for a couple miles, and we walked back on the property, picked up the SD cards. I got a bear on one of the SD cards. It's only about a 2-second clip of a bear. He just runs right across the front of the camera. So I didn't do a whole lot of work today. Probably won't do any more work today. I might do some board and batten stuff, but I'm gonna start changing the videos up a bit. I'm not gonna change the videos up. I'm gonna change how they are being posted. Usually when I make a video at night, I'll upload it to YouTube, and sometime during the night it gets uploaded. And it gets uploaded, I mentioned this way back when, it gets uploaded in 360p, which is the lowest quality possible. And then it might take a day or so for it to turn into the high definition, the 1080p. So I'm gonna start scheduling my videos. So I'll put yesterday's video on today's video, and today's Tuesday, and I'll have it come out Thursday. So you probably won't see, or you're not gonna see a video tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So I'm gonna start doing that. That'll give it a chance to upload in high definition. But they actually love the place. They love the country up here. Their country down there where they live in New Hampshire is just the same. So Phil, Detour, Oscar, thanks for stopping by. Great to see you guys again. And I hope they stop by a lot more. So the propane guy showed up today. He's gonna set a propane tank right over here on the corner where I want it. And I have to do all my copper pipe. Told me everything I needed. Very, very simple. It's more simple than the plumbing. So he's scheduling that. They're gonna come out and set it whenever, and that'll be done. And it is like 85 degrees out today. It's hot. So I'm gonna change into some shorts. I'm gonna get the table saw and stuff set up outside so I can start ripping my battens for my board and battens. Because Saturday, I'm getting a lift. All right, so I'm gonna go change into some shorts, and I'll leave that out because I might take that for a ride tonight. I might go do some fishing. And I'm gonna get the table saw and stuff set up somewhere. I'll just throw a tarp over it for tonight and start cutting some boards down to batten strips. Talk to you in a bit. went down to the metal place where I got my metal roofing from. They're bending me. Let me show you what I got going on here. So my batten, board and batten, is 8 foot long. That's all the longer they make them. This wall right here, I think is like 9'7" from there down to here. So an 8 foot batten board is only going to come somewhere in this area. So I had them bend me some Z flashing. It comes down, comes out, and goes down, and it's got a fold under it to stiffen it up. And there's a 2-inch piece that goes on the wall that I can nail it to. Comes out 2 inches. My boards will be, they won't be setting on it, but they'll go up to the top of it. And then it comes down, I think, a 1/2 inch. And those boards are anywhere from 1 inch to 7/8, not 1 inch and 7/8, 7/8 of an inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch and a 1/16. I measured quite a few of them. They're very, very close. Well, the part that came out was supposed to be 2 1/4 inches. That gave me a little play to slide this little section of board and batten up underneath it. So I got it loaded up in a truck. Got about a mile down the road, and they called. We just realized we bent that metal wrong. I'm like, crap. So I took it back. Luckily, what they bent wrong, well, it wouldn't have mattered. Well, yeah, luckily what they bent wrong was, instead of bringing it out 2 1/2 or 2 1/4 inches, they brought it out 2. So they're going to straighten this fold out, add another 1/4 inch to it, and that'll be done. So I have that going somewhere in this area. I got to figure out what's going to look good. Find out what's going to look good. You know, it might be up here. I don't know. I'll mess with that later. Also have, it's going to have to go around, all the way around the house. I was going to put cedar shakes up there, have the board and batten come down, put the Z flashing on, and put cedar shakes up. But holy crap, just to go around the bottom of the house for 2 feet was $600. I'm like, no. Also, I have to put Z flashing up here at the gable, where it starts at the eave, all the way across. I gotta put Tyvek up there yet, all the way across, because I have to do the same thing up there. The board and batten comes down, goes onto another 8 foot piece, and does that. So that's why I got the Z flashing. They're gonna rebend it, it'll be done. So now I'm cutting batten strips. I started cutting these. It's actually cutting pretty good. I started cutting these, and then I'm gonna cut the angle on them before I take them out there to put them up. That way, all they have to do is cut them to length. And I have some 6-footers. So those right there, there's 24 of them. Those are enough 8-footers I need for up on the gable ends. I need, I think, 11 on both sides, maybe 12. And then the rest, I can use some of those 6-footers. That way I'm not burning, because as it comes down, they get shorter. When I get down here, it might only be a foot long. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go start cutting some 6-footers. I didn't want to cut all 8-footers and go, man, I got way too many of these, or I'm wasting a lot of it. And I can use up them 6-footers. So 6-footers I'll use for like 4-inch trim around the windows and doors. All right, let's get cutting some more wood. I got some batten strips cut. These are 8-footers, and that's enough to do both gable ends. I got 6-footers. That's enough, not enough to do both gable ends. I got to cut more. These ones are like 1.25 inches thick, so I might run them through the planer, knock 1/4 inch off of it, or I just might leave it like that and give it character. This is all rough sawn lumber, and the board and batten is going to be rough sawn. The other problem is, where'd it go? What did I do with that thing? Oh, that thing right there. It burned up. And it wasn't even cutting hard. I mean, this wood is super easy to cut. And it just started running real fast, like twice the speed, and then smoke came out of it and it quit. So, gotta pick a new one of them up tomorrow. My batten strips, I'm going with 1.75 inches wide. And the reason I did that is I have 8-inch boards. So if I put a 2-inch batten strip over it, I have 1 inch on this side and 1 inch on this side, and that only leave you with 7 inches. So I want a little bit more of this exposed. What I'm doing now is I figured out I got a 612 pitch roof, and that comes out to, I think it's 26.57 degrees. So I got my chop saw set up at 26 degrees. I cut one, the angle on it. I went out there and held it up underneath the eave, put a level on it, got a level, and it was lined up perfect. So I'm gonna start cutting the angles on all these, because when the lift comes, I don't want to have to do any cutting but the length. And what I'll probably wind up doing is, because like some of these might only be 2 feet long, I'll just come down here and cut an angle on it real quick, or maybe I'll do it up there in the lift, and then I can use it on the next piece over. So I know exactly how many I need, and I'll get them cut, but I won't put the angles on all of them, because I'll be able to use, like I might get 2 out of 1 batten strip. So let me get to chopping up some of this wood. Good afternoon. It looks like it might rain. I don't know. But I want to thank Detour and Phil for coming by, and their dog Oscar. It's awesome seeing them. Man, we hiked 1,500 miles together on the Appalachian Trail. So she turned into one of my best trail friends, and tech support. He was my other best trail friend. But got a little bit of work done today. They didn't leave until about 2 o'clock, I think. And went down and started cutting up some batten strips. And then it's all burned up. I'll buy one of them. Oh, man. And I've talked to a few different people. So you all tell me this. All you people who heat with wood, you tell me this opinion. Because I've talked to some different people. And I think what I want to do might work. It'll save me a lot of time. But I'm stacking the firewood. And I'm stacking it this way so that air can go through it. There's going to be 4-inch boards on here with a 1-inch gap in it. On this wall, down to here. Then this is going to be open on that wall and that wall. But the people I talked to said, with it being under a cover like this, and it already being seasoned, you ain't got to stack it. They said just pile it in there like that. So I don't know. I think if I do that, I think my problem's going to be it'll start leaning up against these walls that we built, and I'd have to reinforce it somehow. So I think, I don't know, man, that's a lot of firewood to stack, and I'm maybe a third of the way through this pile, and I really don't have time to sit down here and stack this stuff. It's getting crunch time now. I guess I'll just have to do a little bit every night. I mean, that's two nights worth in maybe an hour. So I guess I'll just have to do it. I ain't gonna do it tonight because I took a shower already. And I gotta go do a bunch of running around tomorrow. I'm getting some new spectacles. Gotta go there. Gotta go to the metal place and pick up the metal that they bent wrong. What else do I have to do? Gotta go to the hardware store. Buy some more foam. All kinds of running around tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, first thing I'll be running around. And I get back to finish. Oh, and I gotta buy that saw, like I said. That I wasn't looking forward to that. Well, we went for a side-by-side ride. Me, Detour Phil, and her dog Oscar. We went down Miller Pond, down the Mill Stream. Maybe 2.5 mile, 2 mile side-by-side ride. So that was fun. And y'all got to pay close attention. Close attention to the video, because I got a bear on the trail camera. It lasted like 2 seconds. He just ran right across the trail in front of the camera. So I'll put that up, and I got some deer on there. I'll put that up at the end of this video. All right. It was great having them two here. Detour, Phil, thank you so much. And I hope you come back soon. I really do. See you, bye.